From downward dog, we want the feet about hip width apart, and usually we always wind up having our feet too close. So make sure that the feet are just hip width apart, meaning not as wide as your mat, but not close together, just a couple of inches apart. The hands are also shoulder width apart, and the fingertips need to spread out super duper wide. So the middle finger will point forward, the rest of the fingers spread out so wide that you can even draw a horizontal line from the pinky finger across to the thumb. And then you want to put pressure into the knuckles, not the heel of the hand. That's a big problem for a lot of folks because they start to feel like their wrists hurt. So you want to put the weight into the knuckles, into the ball of the hand. And then from here, notice if your shoulders are hunching up to the ears. And then showing how to arch that spine again so the tailbone points straight up to the ceiling as opposed to rounding in the back. This is very common right here. So you want to really push into the hands so the booty points up and the belly hollows out, and nice long spine. So now we're going to work on how to move from your upward dog or your cobra into your downward dog. And that usually feels a little bit weird on our feet, so we're going to break that down. So standing with feet together, inhale, wide sweep of your arms all the way up, and swan dive forward. Plant your hands and inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your face to your shins. Step your left leg back, runner's lunge. Beautiful. Step the right leg back into your plank. Okay, and lower down to either your chaturanga or all the way down to the mat, whichever is most comfortable for you here. Okay, cobra or upward dog. Good, and now we want to roll over the toes. So you're going to start to press into the tops of the feet to lift the hips up and roll over the toes, and now we're in our downward dog. Perfect. Now some of you guys might be thinking, no way, that is crazy. So let's break it down a little bit. So let's come into our plank and then bring knees down to the mat. So have the tops of your feet flat to the mat. We're going to try to just lift up into a downward dog, staying on the tops of the feet. Don't think of rolling over the feet yet. So engage your belly, lift your hips up, pressing into the tops of the feet, pushing into your downward dog. And just feel the front of your ankles, front of the feet start to open up here, and then bring knees back down to the mat. Let's do that a couple more times. So you're going to push into the hands, press into the feet, lifting the hips up, and just opening up those ankles. And then bringing the knees down. So here's the trick. If it feels like you're going to have too much weight on the tops of the big toes, that it might be uncomfortable, shift a little more weight towards the baby toes, and that will help you kind of transfer that weight and not put so much pressure on the big toes, and you'll be able to roll over comfortably. So push into the tops of the feet, lift the hips up, and now shift into those baby toes a little bit, and then roll over your feet. Good. And if you have to do it 1 foot at a time to start off, that's fine, but eventually you want to work up to doing it simultaneously. Okay, and that's how you roll over your toes, and now we're in our downward dog.